What's up, Scorpio? This your girl Queen J. What they say at Tarot. Coming to give you a quick little check-in, see what you got going on. So thanks for viewing my channel. This is the channel where we grow together. By the way, my name is Queen J, and nice to meet you. So I don't know. Let's see what y'all got going on. Normally I get a song, sometimes I don't, but I ain't got no song, y'all. So it just be like that. But I had pulled out the abundance card because I wanted to get some positive energy up in the mix. So let's see what y'all got going on. So power of prayer. So it's obvious that anything you do on this journey, shit, it requires prayer. Give the situation to God for uplifting and healing and be open to miracles. Having unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives you in response to your prayers. So basically, it's like, shit, every little step I take, yeah, okay, every little step you take, you'll be right there. Every little breath I take, yeah, okay, we'll be together there. So, okay, so maybe every little step you take, he right there with you. Because I was just saying I ain't had got no song for y'all, but there you go, here we go, here we go, yeah, here we go, here we go, yeah, somebody a 90s fucking baby. But it's the power in prayer. Shit, you might not know where you gonna end up or how it's gonna end up. Shit, but it's the power of prayer. It's the energy you put into it. So the plant you see, the plant you see, the seeds you plant, the faith that you put on that motherfucker is what's gonna make it come into fruition. You get what I'm saying? So in the process of you doing whatever you got to do, any damn step you take, ask God first. So maybe you in the process you used to doing shit alone, and it's like, okay, you weren't meant to be put in this world alone. Like, so maybe it's time for you to partner up with people. So a partnership, allow healthy full support partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So as you go on this journey, the things that you praying for and asking for, God is gonna send somebody to help you along the way that can assist you. So moonlighting. So maybe like I said, it's a lot of angels up here. So maybe you depending on your spirit guides and ancestors and God to open up a window of heaven and pull you out a blessing. It's like, okay, but it's a part of the process. It's like what do you do when you done all you can? Yeah, what do you do when you done all you can? You get what I'm saying? Um Maybe somebody in the process where a lot of stuff is being illuminated right now. You can start working on your dream career part time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. So maybe you in the process of thinking about starting something new. You get what I'm saying? But okay, maybe you in the position of doing your how they say it, your earthly duties as a regular being. So obviously, the average person got to have a 9 to 5 job or whatever the schedule is: 7 to 2, 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7. In those categories, but they basically saying that if you put your shit aside, like, okay, come up with a plan. So you come up with a plan to say, okay, or you get 2 days off, the average person. So if you get 2 days off, those 2 days, okay, if you got a dream that you're trying to bring to fruition or whatever the case is, take a little bit of the extra money that you do have, put it to the side, and start investing into that dream that you actually want to build right now. Because it's like some people work jobs because that's what they got to do. It's not they work jobs because that's what they love to do. So maybe you in a position where it's like, I'm doing what I like to do because I like to have my bills paid. I like to have shit done on schedule. What they say, pay the bills on schedule. Yeah, you like to put your motherfucking bills in the mail on schedule. Like, you, when it's time for them motherfuckers to be paid, you like that shit to be done and handled. So it's like you don't want nothing to intervene with your routine. But sometimes they got to cross the routine up. You get what I'm saying? If you do shit repetitious all your motherfucking life, that's like military style. You get what I'm saying? You do the same routines every motherfucking day. So it's like, okay, are you really ready for war? Are you really ready for combat when we in this spiritual warfare? What the fuck you doing, goddamn? Every technique that you pull out has to be different. So it's like you have to know what to do and what stage of the life you in. But shit, you gotta first start off with prayer. Give honor to the Most High. You get what I'm saying? Because you have nothing without him. So it's like you gotta realize that okay, he didn't put you here in this world to be alone. So if you are alone, it's like okay, yeah, you could be praying for whatever it is that you're praying for. What's the scenario? But it's like okay, a partnership. Allow healthy, full, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career. So personal and career life. So that means you could be praying for a companion. It's like okay, and you could be praying that your career life get off the ground too. But it's like both parties benefit. You can receive help from the heaven from person or a person to bring needed skills and resources. So maybe you just haven't crossed that person's path yet to be able to take that next step, but you got to keep moving. So maybe a lot of this stuff is being illuminated for you right now. So as you work on your regular 9 to 5, your 7 to 3, your 3 to 11, 11 to 7, still work on those personal goals that you have to be able to accomplish certain things that you're trying to do in your life because everybody's life is not the same. Everybody's not working on the same thing at the same time. Have courage to ask for and accept help. So maybe you a stubborn person. It's like maybe you don't like ask people to help you do nothing because you don't want to give nobody nothing to talk about. You get what I'm saying? But if you ask God that you send this person to me to help me through this process, you don't think he gonna give you an answer. You get what I'm saying? It's some people that'll jump up in a hurry to say they're gonna help you, but they gotta have something to talk about. But then in the process of you asking God that he send this person to help you, you will know the difference. Ask for help and is a sign of strength. So it's not a weakness. So maybe you so used to going through this process, having to do stuff on your own or whatever the case may be. But it's like pray for the help. Shit. Pray for the help. And that go for both ways. Shit. You pray for the motherfucker that's supposed to be coming to help you, and you praying asking for assistance because you need the help to get through the process. So ask for help is a sign of strength. It's not a weakness. So that means it doesn't make you any weaker to ask somebody to help you do something. That's actually a strength because you swallowing your pride, you putting your pride and shit to the side to be able to ask and accept the help because it's like you don't want to get the help then talking shit about it because somebody else talking shit about you want the help or not. So accepting it as it is offered to you. So beggars can't be choosers, I just heard. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. So people don't realize when you praying, it's like, okay, you could be like, oh, okay, can you help me do this? But it's like you the type of person that you like doing stuff on your own. So it's like people don't really look at the fact when prayers are answered there through other people, but it's up to you to use your discernment to be able to say, okay, well, did God send me this person to help me? It's like God sends you help through other people. So it's like maybe you having a partnership with someone else. It could be in a relationship or in a business. But it's like maybe this is being illuminated that maybe you have to put your emotions to the side to understand that you weren't put in this world to do everything by yourself. So it's like if you praying, asking for help or asking to be able to do certain things, sometimes you got to learn how to work with other people. Um, Visualize abundance in all form. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes to a reality. So that means if everything you visualize eventually comes to a reality, that means you need to keep your thought space positive. Because if anything that you think of this basically becomes a reality, you don't want none of your negative thinking to be a part of your reality. So that means you have to shift your mindset. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and full with blessings, and that is what you will experience. I think I just said that. Let's see what y'all got going on. I just heard prayer is the key. That's what's gonna get you through it. New beginnings. Didn't I just say it's a balance in that. So maybe some of y'all could be single and it's like you used to doing things on your own and it's like I can do that all by myself. So it's like maybe it's time for you to have a new beginning in love so you wouldn't be so focused on other things. It's like you will have something to be able to feel a part of, like a partnership, having a companion. It's like how they just said it. It takes two to tango, I just heard. So maybe you allowing people in your in your heart space. It's like maybe you've been so closed off because it's like you've been focusing on what it is that you need to do, or maybe you was praying, asking for something, but you gotta be open to receive it. So maybe you was praying for a new beginning in love, but it's like if you stubborn and you don't want to be open to receiving the help, that's gonna be issues inside your relationship because when your partner want to help you, like if you a female and you like being in feminine and masculine energy. So it's like you do feminine stuff, but you do masculine stuff too. So it's like hand in hand. So it's like maybe you done wore the women pants enough, and it's like okay, well it's time for you to sit back and be a lady, and maybe it's time for you to have a husband that's gonna wear the male pants of the relationship and provide and actually show you how it's supposed to be. And it's like that's the same when you go into partnerships as well. It's like okay, you ain't gonna always have the greatest idea. Not saying that your ideas ain't great, but it's like okay, be able to listen to somebody else share their point of views that got a little experience. Maybe they can help you build your idea up from the ground to the top. You get what I'm saying? Maybe they can show you something from the skills and experience that they have where you can be able to make this goal that you're trying to bring to a reality of success. You get what I'm saying? You never know who's going to be a part of your journey. Shit. And strategy just hit the flow. So I'm gonna put that back, but you gotta have a solid plan. Like I told you, you don't know how it's planned out to be, how you gonna have to do something, what people you gonna have to deal with. Because sometimes you can deal with the rudest people, and that be part of the test of how you gonna act when you encounter situations like that. Because sometimes you could be faced with the person that you used to be. So maybe you used to be a rude person that ain't really want to deal with people. You like doing stuff by yourself. So it's like maybe you more in the compassionate energy now. So it's like okay, you running into people that you got to question. So it's like okay, maybe you want to be for sure safe, like in a situation like okay, if I'm gonna be in a relationship with somebody, I want to be able to be open to the relationship. I don't want to have to lock my heart away and not really be able to fully explore this new beginning in love. It's up to you to be able to use your discernment to know whether a situation is limiting you or it actually can go all the way to the top. You get what I'm saying? The same is with a business. Storm warning. So maybe this is a warning letting you know you ain't gonna be able to live this way all your life. Not all your life. So maybe it's time for you to actually let your light shine. You get what I'm saying? Maybe some things are being illuminated to you and your spirit guides and ancestors are actually letting you know to enjoy the present moment around you because you don't have this chance to live life forever. You get what I'm saying? You get one chance to do it. You get what I'm saying? Ain't no right or wrong way to live life when God is a part of it. 33 10. I just heard you got the power. Hostility. So maybe it was a situation where you was dealing with certain, like I said, maybe you having some hostility with yourself. Excuse me, because of the situation that maybe you got your heart locked away and you need to open your heart up. Maybe this is a warning letting you know that shit, if your heart ain't in it, it ain't winning. You get what I'm saying? Your heart got to be in everything that you do. Like, cause how many things you do when you don't really love it, but it's like you don't really give a fuck about it. You get what I'm saying? You just doing it because you got to do it. But when you love some shit, you operate different. So maybe it was some type of hostility with yourself or with other people why shit wasn't working. Because maybe you had some things you had to work on, or vice versa. Maybe this person had some things they had to work on and it was conflicting. Like some things had to change, so maybe they shift some shit up to let you be able to have some time to yourself to be able to realize, like, okay, in love, I gotta set boundaries. It's like I gotta have my full heart in it. I can't hide my heart or whatever the case is, and expect it not to be no problems. It's like I gotta pay attention to the signs, whether the situation is healthy for me, whether it's supportive, whether I can deal with this situation or not. It's like you don't want to ignore your dreams and passions just because you got a regular job that you got to do. Everybody has a purpose. So maybe it's taking a lot of courage for you to be able to ask and accept help from other people. Like maybe you was very defensive, like when people want to help you because it's like you want to do shit on your own. Maybe it's time for you to get some rest so you can rejuvenate. Like maybe you took that time out, because didn't I say you had to take some time out by yourself to really see what it is that you really wanted? So maybe you needed to rest and recharge yourself so you can be able to. I just heard I got the memo. So maybe somebody got the memo. So like maybe it just took some time to get you here, but you ain't wasting no time. Door to personal healing and happiness. So maybe you had to heal some areas within yourself and vice versa. Maybe somebody else that you was praying for had to heal some areas in their life. You get what I'm saying? God gave such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes a reality. So hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. So it's like maybe since you got to this healthy place where you done healed personal healing, it's like okay, shit, you don't have no option but to be happy. So it's like maybe you had to close some doors and some new doors had to be open. Maybe you had to die to the flesh a little bit to have a better understanding of you first, because first you got to have an understanding of yourself before you can understand anybody else. Woman holding the coin. So maybe your focus was money back then. Back then you ain't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. So I don't know, physical, mentally, and emotionally. So maybe back then you was focused on money a lot, and it's like maybe you had to heal yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally to be able to release some of that shit, to be able to renew yourself and heal so you can be happy. Shit, if you're gonna be in a relationship, you want to be happy. You don't want to be half loving the motherfucker. It's like you don't want to pay attention to some of the warning signs, but not all of them. You don't want to be in no damn problems where it's too much hostility and you ain't got time to think about what your next move is. You don't want to be afraid if you ask somebody for help that it'll be a problem. You get what I'm saying? It's like maybe you had to recharge yourself so you can look at shit a whole nother motherfucking way. So maybe in the time that you was resting and rejuvenating and retreating from everything that was going on around you, it's like you had that time to go within uh, to be able to heal so you could be happy. Yeah, passion. You want to be able to allow your heart to sing with joy. It's like this is what you've been praying for. A new beginning in love where your heart can sing, where you know that it's true love. You can put your all into it and the person will be doing vice versa. It's like same thing with a job. It's like maybe you can get some warning signs at a job that it's time for you to start something new. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you got to pay attention to the signs. Maybe it's some type of hostility in the environment around the job, and you just got to stick with it because that's what pays the bills. So it's like you like I gotta fuck with it, even though all this shit going on. But it's like all this is going on to push you into what it is that you really want to do. It ain't a career if you don't love it. Shit, I was always taught I'd rather love what I do than like it. So it's like maybe you in the phase where you so used to working with people and it be a lot of tragic shit that be going on and there be a lot of hostility and drama and shit. So maybe your spirit guys like, spilling the beans, letting you motherfucking know the do's and the motherfucking don'ts. It's like how to play your position and how to get around all this hostility and still be able to recharge yourself and rejuvenate and shit where it's not draining you. You get what I'm saying? So it's like maybe you realizing that I need to heal myself so I can be happy. But everybody else ain't gonna jump on the train when you jump on the train. You get what I'm saying? 33, 10, 26, 19, 34. So it's like you want to be able to be in a passionate relationship with somebody feel equally the same as you. But it's like until you get to that point, you sharing all your passions with God. So the thing about it is you don't want to lose that when you get what you want. So it's like when you get what you praying for, the same energy you put in to get it, same energy you got to put in to keep it. Let's see. Past life relationship. You've known each other before. So maybe this person that you praying for, maybe it's a past life relationship. Maybe you had to go through all these twists and turns or whatever the case is to be able to recognize this, that you've known this person before. stay optimistic. So maybe it's telling you to be patient, even though things ain't going. And maybe you praying for things and then it ain't coming as quick as you pray for them. That's the process. That's like water in the seeds. In order for you to goddamn get some shit, you gotta water the seeds. So okay, that's like planting them and forgetting about them. When you plant those seeds and keep moving forward on your journey, then eventually you will be planting so many seeds when it's time for a harvest time. And your wish fulfillment, so many blessings gonna be coming in. You gonna forget that you even prayed for them shit. You get what I'm saying? You gotta stay optimistic, stay busy. So positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So just stay positive. Yeah, as long as your mind is positive, everything else gonna fall into place. Cause with you keeping a positive mindset, all of that manifests into your reality. So you don't want to be thinking negative, and then negative shit start coming into your reality. You gotta stay positive. Soulmate. So maybe the time that you recharging and rejuvenating yourself, you calling in your soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. But when this person comes, you got to be able to allow this person to help you. You know, sometimes you can get in a relationship and you really want to be in a situation, but you got to allow this person to be to help you. Just like this person got to make sacrifices, you got to make some too. They say, "What's the scenario?" Yeah, it depends on what's the scenario. Shit. Let's see. Maybe in the process you wasn't loving yourself first, but now you are. Since you went through this personal healing and happiness, it's like okay, in the beginning you probably wasn't loving yourself first. You was giving so much energy to everybody else, giving love out to everybody else, but you decided to put the oxygen mask on yourself. So it's like now you done got to a place where you done healed personally and you happy now. So it's like you in the position that you're capable to love. I just heard deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So maybe you had to realize that somebody you was dealing with in the past, why it was so many twists and turns and so much hostility. Maybe it wasn't no hospitality, but maybe it was some hostility and all these twists and turns because you wasn't loving yourself in the beginning. So maybe you realize your self worth now. And it's like, okay, you calling in your soulmate, and maybe they realize they self worth now. So maybe y'all was dealing with the same shit, but just in, send me your location and focus on communication. Yeah, I just need the time and place to come through. So this person just need a time and place to come through. It's like this person done worked on themselves, you done worked on yourself. So it's like they like send me your location. I just need time and place to come through. It's like we all go through shit. We deal with lying, cheating, heartbreaking, and we always say we won't take it back and all this other shit. But we all go through processes, and that's just a part of life. You get what I'm saying? So maybe somebody deciding that they want to put their emotions to the side. It's like, sometimes what they say, the Coke bottle effect. So like maybe somebody been holding in their emotions for so long, and it's like they to a point that they got to express them shit. Like you can't hold in emotions and don't say nothing. I mean, shit, write it down, pray it out, something. So maybe somebody realizing that it's time for them to put their emotions to the side because I just heard I'm getting old. Yeah, somebody feel like they getting old, like they getting on up there. Maybe somebody realized the conclusion in the ending result. It was some type of oppression in the situation. It could have been with a partnership, a job, business, or whatever the case was. As I told you, it was a whole lot of twists and turns, or whatever the case was. But it's like it was a lot of hostility in the situation. So maybe somebody realizing the conclusion in this ending result. Why shit happened the way it did. You get what I'm saying? For you to be able to open your eyes and realize that higher power has something better for you. We always do. So shit, the time that you stay optimistic and still be positive through the process while you out there trying on new clothes, somebody like to shop a lot. So maybe somebody like to shop a lot or whatever the case is. So while you out treating yourself and buying new things, buying everything, shit. Maybe your soulmate is, waiting on you, calling you in. Yes, this is your soulmate. So it's like both of y'all had to come to a place where y'all was comfortable in the skin that y'all was in. It's like you had to realize your self-worth first. When you realize your self-worth, you a bad motherfucker. Tower card. So maybe it was a sudden ending in the situation and you just had to stay optimistic. It wasn't nothing you could do about it. You just had to keep on pushing. Luxury. So maybe you realizing, or maybe your spirit guides and ancestors trying to let you know the help that you praying for. You got to have courage to ask for it first, and you got to have the courage to accept the help as well. Help usually comes through other people, so it's like maybe you've been holding back for so long, going through trying to get closure in situations why shit ended the way it did or whatever the case may be. But it's like, okay, you in a position where you have luxury now, stability and security. So maybe they letting you know your prayers getting ready to be answered. It's like y'all recharging yourself for each other. So it's like maybe this person had to charge themselves and maybe you had to do the same. Maybe y'all had to do some inner work or whatever the case was. But this could be your soulmate. You get what I'm saying? Maybe together it'll be a life of luxury, everything that you ask for. Let's see. But you just had to endure the power to deal with what was in front of you first. So it's like maybe you had to realize what your self worth was first in order to have the stability and security, in order to have this happiness because you did the personal healing and the inner work, and this person had to do the same. Yeah, allowing your inner strength to come out to work for your highest good. So maybe you had to realize what you was capable of to be able to make it work for your highest good. It's like sometimes you go through situations and it's just meant to make you stronger. Let's see. House. So maybe somebody had to end up leaving the house or whatever the case was because maybe somebody had to put their emotions aside as far as a home. Maybe somebody decided that they wanted to separate from a home to be able to start a new beginning, but they had to put their emotions aside with someone else first. Or maybe it was some type of hostility in the home and somebody had to put their emotions to the side. So maybe they realized that they want to be in a situation or be it because home is where the heart is. So you don't want to have your emotions caged away, but you can't really be yourself in a home or in a relationship with somebody else. So maybe you wanted to feel free. Let's see. Yeah, high honor. So high honor allowed this to happen. You get what I'm saying? The God card always come out when it's time for some change. You get what I'm saying? So maybe you ain't gonna always have all the answers for why shit ended the way it did. But just know they say the rejection is your protection. So maybe it wasn't meant for you to be in this past situation because you had to excel, you had to move forward. So it's like God paving the way for you to get where He needs you to be at a certain goddamn time. And it happened all of a sudden. It wasn't nothing you could do about it. So maybe poverty. So maybe something had to end and somebody ended up losing everything in the situation because it was some hostility and you had to stay optimistic in the situation. So maybe you wasn't expecting to lose something, but shit, sudden end and shit. God was paving the way for you to go a whole nother different direction. You or this person somebody was wearing a false mask in this situation, so it wasn't going to be stable or secure because somebody was wearing a false mask. You didn't know who the fuck you was dealing with in the situation. Sometimes you can have a soulmate, but that don't mean you actually supposed to be with that soulmate because they're a soulmate. You will have plenty more soulmates. You get what I'm saying? But you have to decide which person is for you. Just make sure you ain't the person wearing the mask, or be make sure you paying attention to see whether this person is trying to deceive you. You get what I'm saying? Being able to endure the power to deal with what's in front of you. So maybe once this person took their mask off, you were surprised, or vice versa. Maybe you wasn't expecting things to turn out the way they did. And let's see. Yeah, thoughts. So maybe it's a man having thoughts about a woman, and maybe he enduring the power to deal with what's in front of him. So maybe you had to walk away from a person, and they having thoughts about you now. You get what I'm saying? Some people don't actually think about shit till after the fact. This is horizon shit. You had things to do, people to meet, and places to motherfucking go. You ain't had time to wait on no motherfucking body. So it's like whether you wanted to venture off and start something new, you ain't had a choice because it was bad for your health. So hopefully, if you like the video, please like the video. If you have yet to subscribe to this channel, please do. If you have any comments, please drop them. I'm out, y'all.